Let me now introduce Akshata Ansari. She's a JNU student, member of the AISA. She was hit on the head and injured during the violence, is now with us. Akhtarista Ansari, beg your pardon. Akhtarista, good evening. My first question to you is, there is a lot of confusion about the sequence of events. Now, of course, you will present your side of the story. We'll try to speak to others to get their side of the story. But would you like to tell us, Miss Ansari, what exactly happened? How did you get this injury?
So the thing was, yesterday, it was Sunday, and in all the hostels of JNU, we are served non-vegetarian food along with vegetarian. Like there is an option of chicken, whether you want to eat chicken or whether you want to eat veg. So this was happening. So around 4 p.m. when the food supplier came to Kaveri hostel to supply chicken to the mess, he was being heckled by the hooligans of ABVP members, and a lot of ABVP goons were present there, and they were abusing the food supplier. They were heckling him. And after seeing that, the mess committee, people who were in the mess committee, they reached outside the Kaveri hostel to see that what exactly has happened. So these ABVP people started attacking the mess committee people who are the residents of Kaveri hostel. So this happened, and a lot of common students were also present there, and they were also being attacked by the ABVP goons. So around 8 p.m. when the JNUSU got to know about this, then a lot of other students from different hostels and from different centers reached Kaveri hostel and to see exactly what happened. And when we enter the Kaveri mess, we see a lot of ABVP goons, like dozens of hooligans were attacking these students with whatever they were getting in their hand. They were attacking the students with stones, with sticks, with flower pots, they were throwing a water cooler to the students, and there were a lot of women students who were present there, and they were also being sexually harassed and sexually abused by the ABVP people. And not only this, a lot of communal slogans were also raised by the ABVP people. They were raising the slogans of Jai Shri Ram and like Bharat mein rehna hoga to ये मतलब ये कहना होगा आपको या फिर आपको नहीं खाना होगा chicken. These kind of things were said in the Kaveri hostel. Yeah.
Okay. Akhtarista, would you be able to tell us whether you know the person who attacked you, who gave you these injuries? Are you, I mean, is there a very definite statement that you can give as of this moment?
Yeah, I mean,
as to who attacked you?
Like, there were a lot of ABVP students. They were all from like JNU. And I remember the names. I'll just give you the names. They were Ravi, Vijay, Praful and Raj, who are the students of JNU from different centers of JNU. And all of them have been like always been involved in like attacking these students. And this is not just the one incident. We have seen last year also on 5th January how the ABVP people, they brutally attacked the students, and they are the same people, and nothing has been done against them. We see no arrest against them, and this has always happened. The
so
same
if I
kind
understand
of
your version of the, if I understand your version of the story, you're saying, of the incident, beg your pardon, you're saying that it was a normal day, and in the Kaveri hostel, there were members of the ABVP who allegedly came in, attacked the person, the vendor who got in non-vegetarian food, and a confrontation or a verbal brawl resulted into violence, and in this violence you sustained these injuries.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, but I'm sure you must have heard the version being given out by the ABVP also. They say that if we had a problem with non-vegetarian food, we would have had problems in all hostels. It's actually the left student union leaders who never wanted us to perform our puja, of which we informed the university and everyone for the past 3 days. How would you respond?
I think this needs to be clarified that this never happened. I mean, the puja that they were performing, we never interrupted that. They were allowed to do that. They were doing that actually, and there was no such thing. Like we do not have problem. If you want to have puja, you can. Like in JNU, we have all sorts of people. We have all kinds of people who are from different communities. We like all of the students celebrate Holi. Few days back, there was a huge celebration of Holi, and all kinds of festival. We celebrate Ramzan, and we don't have problem with anything. But the issue is you cannot decide what to eat, right? Even yesterday, it was not a compulsion to eat non-veg. There is also an option to eat.
Is this,
veg.
Miss
So
Ansari, by the way, just for clarity, is this the same hostel where the puja was happening? I'm not trying to
Yes.
imply anything, but just for my understanding.
Yes, I guess.
So this
It
is
was
the
Kaveri.
same hostel where the puja was happening, where you say that ABVP members allegedly came in and asked the non-vegetarian food vendor not to get in non-vegetarian food.
Yes.
And that resulted into a violent clash.
Yes, I mean, it was not a clash, if I would clarify. I mean, it was a pre-planned attack by the Sanghi goons, by the ABVP goons, the so-called students. And this has always happened inside the university, if you must have noticed.
Would you be able to produce some proof to this effect if the police were to inquire?
I mean, we will be filing an FIR in the evening, and yeah.
No,
I mean,
for instance, while all of this was happening, did someone click a picture or make a video?
Yeah,
or,
we have a lot of videos and
also
photos.
you have
where
proof, you're saying?
Yeah, where you can clearly see in the photos of these goons who were harassing and attacking the students.
Okay, Ms. Ansari, thank you very much. Of course, as we mentioned, that this is Akhtarista Ansari's version of the events. However, she did get injured. I hope you are fine, Ms. Ansari.
Yeah. Yes, I'm fine.
Okay, thank you very much for joining us. Please take care of yourself. Divya Suryavanshi, she was also injured. She's a JNU student and member of the ABVP, is now with us. Divya, I believe you too were injured. I hope you're fine now.
Yes, I'm fine now.
Where did you get injured? On your wrist?
Yes, in this
Okay.
thumb.
How did this happen, Ms. Suryavanshi?
कल रामनवमी में जब हम लोग पूजा कर रहे थे और पूजा अप्रोक्स मेरा 5 बजे के आसपास स्टार्ट हुआ था और 7:30 के आसपास जब पूजा ऑलमोस्ट खत्म होने वाली थी तो हम लोग वापस जा रहे थे और मेरा व्रत था तो मुझे व्रत तोड़ना था और मैं अपने हॉस्टल वापस जा रही थी और मैं उस समय अकेली थी तो कुछ वामपंथी गूंज आते हैं और मुझे वो लोग घेर लेते हैं और मुझे घेर के कुछ लड़के भी रहते हैं लड़कियां भी रहती है और वहां पे उन लोगों के हाथ में डंडे और कांच का बॉटल रहता है तो ये जो चोट मुझे लगती है वो कांच के बॉटल से होती है वो मेरे कांच के बॉटल हाथ में डाल देते हैं तो उससे मुझे कुछ डीप कट्स आते हैं और मैं जितना बचाव करने की कोशिश कर सकती
आपको कल कुछ लोगों ने कांच की बोतल से मारा जिससे आपके हाथ में चोट लगी और आपका आरोप ये है ये they were students affiliated with left-leaning organizations.
Yes.
Okay. Now I don't know whether you could hear Miss Ansari or not. She says that ABVP members, they deliberately tried to stop a mess vendor from delivering non-vegetarian food. कि खाना आप नहीं चाहते थे कि हॉस्टल में नॉनवेज बने, इस वजह से लोगों ने रोकने की कोशिश की और उसके बाद हिंसा की और ये बवाल इसलिए हुआ है।
नहीं, ऐसा कुछ नहीं था एंड वी एज अ ABVPN सपोर्ट्स राइट टू फूड और जिस तरह का ये लोग एजेंडा बना रहे हैं कि हम लोगों ने खाना आने से रोका, हम लोगों ने चिकन आने से रोका, ऐसा नहीं था और हम लोगों ने ये पीसफुली एक GDM रखी थी जिसमें क्लियर कट हो चुका था ये कि जब हम लोगों का जहाँ पे पूजा हो रही है उसके बगल में वहां पे मेस में जहाँ प्रसाद बन रहा है, तो उस दिन वहां पे रामनवमी के दिन डिनर में सिर्फ चिकन नहीं था, नहीं होना था। और उस चीज की हम लोगों ने कावेरी रेसिडेंट्स जो थे उन लोगों के साथ और मेस वर्कर्स के साथ हम लोगों ने जीवीएम की थी। उन लोगों ने भी इस चीज का सपोर्ट किया था और बोला था। और वी जस्ट उन लोगों से जब सिर्फ पूछा था हम लोगों ने, और ऐसा उन लोगों ने आंसर हम लोगों को वोकली ना करते हुए डंडे और स्टोन से देते हैं।
नहीं, जैसे कि दिव्या मिस सूर्यवंशी, यू सी व्हेन आई आस्क्ड मिस अंसारी, शी सेड दैट they have proof, they have video and photo evidence of members affiliated with the ABVP trying to physically stop the vendor, creating a ruckus in the Kaveri hostel, and they are willing to produce this proof or evidence in front of the police as well. आपका ये कहना है कि ऐसा कुछ हुआ ही नहीं?
हाँ, और जो ये लोग वीडियो दिखा रहे हैं उसमें किसी का फेस दिख नहीं रहा है। और जो ये लोग वेंडर्स वाली जो बात कर रहे हैं, वो ऐसा भी कुछ हुआ नहीं था कि हम लोगों ने इन लोगों को मना किया। ये उन लोगों का राइट है, उन्हें खाना है नहीं खाना है ये उन लोगों की मर्जी है, जैसे खाना है खाना है। बस हम लोगों ने उनसे बस रिक्वेस्ट की थी एक बार, और ये चीज तय भी हो गई थी। और जो रेसिडेंट्स थे कावेरी हॉस्टल के वो लोग मान भी गए थे। फिर उसके बाद ये लोग पर्चा भी निकाल के लेके आते हैं जिसमें ये लोग बोलते हैं कि हम लोगों को परमिशन नहीं है, और ये लोग गलत सिग्नेचर, झूठी सिग्नेचर करके लेकर आते हैं। और वार्डन से जब हम लोग फिर क्लैरिफिकेशन के लिए जाते हैं तो वार्डन हम लोगों को बोलता है ऐसा कुछ नहीं है, मैंने किसी चीज के लिए मना नहीं किया है। एक
नो, जस्ट वन मोमेंट, इफ यू अलाउ मी। दिव्या, आप ये कह रही हैं कि इस हॉस्टल में क्योंकि पूजा हो रही थी, 3 दिन पहले लोगों को इन्फॉर्म कर दिया था इसके लिए, तो यहां पर आपने गुजारिश की थी लोगों को कि वो नॉनवेज ना खाएं?
नहीं, हम लोगों ने मेस वर्कर्स और कावेरी रेसिडेंट्स के साथ हम लोगों ने बात की थी, और ये तय हुआ था कि डिनर में नॉनवेज नहीं बनेगा, क्योंकि बगल में ही हम लोगों की पूजा हो रही थी। और हम लोगों को ये चीज घर में भी नहीं सिखाई गई है कि जिस घर में आप पूजा कर रहे हैं उस घर में ही आप वहाँ पे आपको चिकन भी बनना होता है, बना रहे होते हैं। तो ये चीज हम लोगों ने बस उन लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट की थी वोकली। तो मैंने जैसा बताया कि ये लोगों ने वोकल आंसर नहीं करते हुए हम लोगों को ये डंडे और स्टोन से ये लोग आंसर कर रहे थे, आंसर किया। तो जो ये लोगों का सिर्फ आगे लोगों को बात बढ़ानी थी, और दैट वाज प्री प्लान्ड, क्योंकि हम लोगों ने खुद देखा है वो लोगों ने बोरी में भरकर स्टोन्स लेकर आए थे, हाथ में लोगों के डंडे थे। तो अगर ये चीज प्लानिंग नहीं थी तो एकदम से इतने सारे स्टोन्स कैसे आते हैं, और हम लोगों के ऊपर ये सब स्टोन पैल्टिंग क्यों होती है?
And thank you very much, Divya Suryavanshi, for presenting your version of the events and how they unfolded. Perhaps now all eyes will be on the police to be able to carry out an investigation, because what is an undeniable fact is that there was violence and people like Ms. Suryavanshi as well as Akhtarista Ansari got hurt. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself, Ms. Suryavanshi. Thank you for joining us. All right, discussion number 2. Remember, there's Ram Navami violence that has taken place all over the country, and we read them out also, some of the details, and you can see them on the screen also. In JNU, of course, 2 student organizations clashed. In Gujarat, violence in Sabarkantha and Anand districts, man was found dead. We still do not know whether this man died because of the violence or, this is something which the police is going to clarify. So far they haven't. In Madhya Pradesh, violence righting in Khargone district and curfew has been imposed. West Bengal, violence was reported in Howrah and Bankura. Jharkhand, stone pelting and arson reported in Lohar Daga. And there are other cases also, stray incidents of violence. Now, if we talk about Madhya Pradesh in particular, what has happened is that even before a court of law can find people guilty, the Madhya Pradesh police has decided to deliver a very UP style justice. So from bulldozer Baba in Uttar Pradesh, you have a situation where there is a bulldozer Mama in Madhya Pradesh. Shivraj has taken a leaf out of Yogi's playbook. The bulldozer has come in here also, and properties of Ram Navami violence accused have been razed. Bulldozers have been used to demolish these properties. Now questions are now being asked over what many are calling one-sided action by the MP government. 84 people have been arrested so far. The government says more will happen and they will take decisive action. Now, is this an extrajudicial way of delivering a form of justice, or is this justified? There have been videos circulating, and I would like to introduce our guest also. Deshratan Nigam is a BJP and RSS supporter. Dr. Fuad Halim, leader of the CPM, and Sabah Naqvi, author and senior journalist. Thank you very much to the three of you. Mr. Deshratan Nigam, I would like to begin with you. You see, there are multiple videos that are doing the rounds. You have got these videos of stone pelters from a certain community. Or NDTV has no way of independently verifying this. There is a version that it is because of these stone pelting that this incident took place, or violence took place. Then there are also some other videos that show people outside mosques making, provocative statements against a particular community in a Ram Navami procession. Again, unverified videos. Do you feel that at a time like this, we must let the law be supreme, carry out the investigation, and bring the guilty to book? And in this quest, why is a bulldozer being used? Do you feel that this is an extrajudicial way of delivering some form of justice? Mr. Nigam.
Sanket, I will concentrate on undeniable and admitted facts only.
Okay.
One, these stone pelting or violence took place in Muslim dominated areas. Whether provocation was there or not there, I am not going into that question because that's a subject matter of investigation. Second admitted fact of JNU is that violence happened at the place of Ram Navami Pooja. Who did it, who did not do it, it's a matter of investigation. So, let the truth come out. Now, so far as bulldozer thing is concerned, to the best of my knowledge, these are illegal properties, unauthorized occupation on which due process of law has already been done. This is my information, subject to verification. And probably they are taking action, and two things are being related here. So these were illegal, unauthorized, occupied, constructed properties. Now, if it is being done, if these are legal properties, let me add a rider. It has to be done through a due process of law, and if it is an illegal property, even then, it has to be done through a due process of law. There is a law laid down, codified, notices to be issued. There are guidelines devised by each High Court as per the guidelines given by the Supreme Court. So, as of now, I will not be able to comment whether this is an illegal act or has been...
The reason why, Mr. Nigam, I ask you this question is because we see whether it is Uttar Pradesh or now MP, where bulldozer Baba, bulldozer Mama, I mean, there is great amount of political pride attached to the fact that even before a court has announced or pronounced someone guilty, you have a government which is taking action. This is being seen as some sort of justice being delivered. Now, my point is, those people who are accused right now of violence and rioting, they have to follow the law of the land. Is a bulldozer superseding the law of the land? That's my question. Sabah Naqvi, what's your view?
Look, all these things that are happening, I would agree with Mr. Deshratan Nigam. Even I'm tempted to share a lot of the videos. I'm not sure what is true, what is false, what is manufactured.
That's very
right
difficult.
Now.
In a situation like this, it's so difficult because there's so many videos circulating.
Yes, yes.
You never know what is the...
sharing something, then withdrawing it till I see it put out by the verified fact checker.
Absolutely.
Till I see that, or a verified news outlet. So let's understand. But let's not lose sight of a larger picture, Sanket, is that there is something which has happened where mobs are running riot all over. It's happening from Karnataka suddenly. Actually, we all covered the UP election. We didn't see this. And now suddenly, this Ram Navami season, there has been this kind of sort of violence in far too many places. So we have to wonder whether this is part of a larger design. Are the foot soldiers, and meanwhile, one thing which are verified, what has been verified is that a lot of hate speeches against minorities have been made and the guilty have not been arrested. They have asked for genocide. I use the word genocide very carefully, not rhetorically, because genocide is when the state is trying to push. None of them. One that Baba in Sitapur has today flashed in front of the media. It's quite clearly visible. And but nothing has happened to him. He said he would be abducting and raping women of the Muslim community. Those are pretty factual. They've come out in the news also. So there was a gathering just outside New Delhi where certain journalists were beaten up. We have to rely on their word that this happened, that hate speeches were made. Many of them belong to the minority community. So going by what we gather, we have to note that there are people.
So you're reading this as a consequence of something larger that is happening over the past few months. Okay, interesting. Yes. Dr. Fuad Halim, you see a lot of these allegations, particularly in the JNU, have been made against left-leaning organizations who are trying to do this, and that's the allegation, to keep themselves relevant.
Well, if you stitch the entire sequence of events that are happening over the past couple of years surrounding Ram Navami and the organizations that are regularly being involved with this, the Ram Navami violence of 2022 is not the first instance of violence. And you see the organizations that are taking up cudgels for organizing the Ram Navami, the spirit of Ram Navami, of actually celebrating Ram Navami and respecting the birth of Lord Ram, is overshadowed by the by the tenacious note that this event has to be used to actually fuel a political agenda. And that political agenda is to polarize India, polarize the people of India, and ensure that the common issues that affect people across religion, across castes, that the issue of jobs, issues of price rise is actually put in the background. And the Ram Navami definitely is a very, very important event for the people of India, and a large portion of India wants to celebrate it in the spirit in which it should be celebrated. But these organizations are absolutely using this as a vehicle to further their agenda of polarization. Now, if you look at the events, look at the governments that are there. One person has died in Gujarat, one person has died in Jharkhand. Up till now, we do not know which community they belong to. Very unfortunate. But one has to understand that at the end of the day, we see that the minorities are at the receiving end of the action taken by the state administration, by the action taken by the state police of there. Already we've seen that a cowboy type of justice is being delivered. We've seen in Madhya Pradesh, as we have shown, that the way that the state administration has moved.
Thank you very much, all of you all. The point is, all of this happened, all of this, on the very auspicious occasion and the day of Ram Navami. The day is a celebration which is of things exactly not what happened on the ground.